Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for this long-awaited video. I just want to apologize for the kind of harsh lighting and there's noises in the background. I'm filming this much later in the day than I would normally film a video, but I wanted to get this intro and outro filmed so that I can get this video up on my channel for you guys because it's been a long time coming, and it is my DIY gel French manicure video. I absolutely love a French manicure. I think it looks so beautiful and classic and classy and just polished and done, but not bold and in your face. It suits long nails and short nails, it suits any shape of nail, and I just think it will always be classic and always be in style. I like to keep my nails pretty short, and that is how they look with a French mani that I do myself. It does require a bit of a steady hand and it does take some practice, but once you get into the swing of it and you're used to doing it, it goes quickly and it will turn out evenly most of the time. It's never going to turn out perfectly all of the time. My nails are not perfect. I can always see my errors, but nobody else will notice. People tend to see your hands and nails from a distance and get an impression of them, but they're not going to be inspecting them up close. If anyone's inspecting my nails up close, I'm going to want to know why. Anyway, that is how my nails look from the back. You can see how short they are, and then that is how they look from the front with a French mani. There are different ways of doing a French mani. You can use a pink or a peach sheer kind of color all over the nail. I just do the base coat, the white tip, and the top coat on top. So here is how I paint my nails in a French style. I've done my right hand. I am right-handed, so I just needed to kind of sit and concentrate. I usually find my right hand turns out neater than my left hand, and maybe it's because I just do take the extra time to concentrate properly. Anyway, I'm going to do my left hand now. So you start off the same way as you would for any gel manicure by pushing your cuticles back. I have my metal cuticle spoon. I will link everything down below, and I will also link my gel polish video, which I go over everything in there. So it's the same procedure. And then cleanse with either a nail prep cleanser, or you can cleanse with acetone, but be careful if you've already done one of your hands. Or I'm using an alcohol pad or like wipe. Okay, so you're ready to go now. Just make sure that they are dry before you go on with your base coat. So you'll start off by doing a base coat, and I'm using a Gelexis base coat. Do a thin coat of that and cap the ends. When you do your base coat, be sure not to get it on your actual cuticle. Because it's just going to be clear, you can kind of leave a little bit more of a gap there if you need to than you would with a color. So base coat is on, cure for 10 seconds. Right, time to do the white. I have Yocean brand. I mean, any brand is fine. This is the only white I've tried and it's been great. It's opaque in 2 coats. There's different ways of applying it. You can apply it with this brush that comes in there, or you can get yourself a nail art brush. They're usually pretty finely pointed. You can get different sizes. I just use this brush, and I'll show you a couple of different techniques. I'm not going to start with my pinky because that one gives me trouble, so I'll go in with my ring finger. Okay, so you can go all the way across in one movement. You can go in from one side and then in from the other side, or you can do little stripes. I'd kind of do a combination as needed. So I'm pushing my finger on the table to kind of pull the skin back away from it, because you want to go right to the edge. And cap the front. This does require a bit of a steady hand. It definitely gets easier the more you do it. If it's not perfect, like that's not looking perfect to me. I mean, they don't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to notice. People generally see your hands moving. They're not close up to your hands, so don't panic about getting it absolutely perfect. But like, I've done the arch and I'm not fully happy with it, so I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. concealer brush. It's just like a firm rounded tip. It's kind of flat, and then I just go in and I perfect my arch. So you can see there it's kind of like made a bit of a clump. So I'll go in and just wipe it clean. Can you see how much better that is now? And then I'm going to wipe it off on an alcohol wipe, and I'll do the same on this side. Definitely need to wipe it off in between, otherwise you're just going to smear the bit of polish that you've wiped off onto a different part of the nail. Something on there. Okay, so because you've gone on the sides, usually I get it all over my fingers, and that's fine, because then you can go with your orange stick and just really press firmly and wipe it off. It does not normally go on that easily. Of course it would, because I'm filming. So okay, so that's one technique, is just going in from the sides. So I'll show you a different one. I'll do this now. So again, I'm pressing back. One thing I need to tell you about smile lines, which I forgot to tell you. When you're painting it on, give me something to point with. So when you're painting the white smile line on, don't follow your natural smile line. You want to do it further in. Let me see if I can zoom you in. Okay, see if I can show you better there. When you're painting, don't follow your natural smile line. My natural smile lines can be extremely wonky. I will insert a picture here showing you just how wonky they can be. And if I followed that when doing a French manicure, it's just going to look awful. Also, you want to do the white that you're painting on further back from your natural smile line. Otherwise, the minute your nails start to grow, you're going to see kind of this. So do them further back. You can do it as far back as you like. I've seen them done quite extremely. I'll probably do this one about there and make it whatever shape you prefer. Don't follow what your nails naturally do. Okay, let's go in. Maybe you can see better now that I've zoomed. I'll try not to get my head in the way, but I do need to lean over and see what I'm doing. Okay, don't get too much on your brush, because otherwise you just can have a big glob that you're moving around. I'm pretty steady-handed, but every time I do French, when I go in tight, like I go right in there, my hand starts to shake. So just take your time. That's the beauty of gel, is you can take as long as you need to. You can go over and over and over it. You can wipe it off and try again. It's not going to dry until you cure it under the lamp. Okay, maybe I should film my French manicures more often, because that went on pretty smoothly again. So the other technique I wanted to show you is, if you have trouble, like in the middle there, it's not perfectly round, you can actually go like this. You can go in like that, and you can paint your arch in that way if you want to. You don't have to do it a side-to-side motion. So for instance, this nail, I might want to do that. That might be easier for you than swiping. So just try different things and see what works for you. So you can see there it's wiped some of the polish away. I'm just going to make sure that that's all nice and smooth and opaque, or mostly opaque, before I cure it. Otherwise I'm going to have to do a third coat on this nail and it's going to end up thicker. So it's not terribly smooth through there. So again, with the brush, just wipe it smooth and clean the brush off on alcohol, and it's actually deposited some there, so I'm just going to wipe it. Okay, I've got some on my finger, so I'm going to go in and wipe it off. Like, I've got loads under my finger. Look at that. It'll come off in the shower, like if it's on my skin, so I'm not that worried about it. Just look at that shape. That's a bit better. And I'll do my tricky pinky as well. So French mani is a nice way of kind of faking slightly longer nails if you don't like to have your nails long. I don't like having long nails at all, or even slightly long nails. So because I'm painting that smile line further back, my nails look like they're longer than they actually are when I have a French mani. Right, first coat done, cure for 30 seconds. So now when you go in with your second coat, I could probably get away with that, but I just like to make it more even by doing a second coat. When you go in with your second coat, follow the same line. You don't want to start making new lines, and you don't want to not quite meet the line, or else it's going to show. So just do your second coat exactly on top of the first one. The thing about French is if you're following the tip like this, the brush is kind of dragging across the front edge. I don't know if you can see, my finger's probably in the way, but it kind of drags across the front edge and caps itself as you do it, because you've got the brush at an angle and it's kind of sweeping across that front. You can do a coat of like a sheer pink or peach in between the base coat and doing the white, but I just do base coat, white tips and top coat, and I like the way it looks, so that's good enough for me. Cure for 30 seconds. And now it's time to go in with the top coat. I'm using a C&D top coat. Again, don't touch your skin, just give it a nice top coat and cap that front edge. And then cure for 60 seconds. And then do the same for your thumb. I normally have my thumb resting on the edge of the table, but I'll see if I can do it like this. The last thing I should have mentioned after curing these, which I'll do now that I've done all 5 nails, is to cleanse it. So take your alcohol wipe or any like isopropyl alcohol and just wipe off any sticky residue that may remain after your final cure. And then lastly, give your cuticles a bit of a treat. I'm using the Jamberry Nourish Moisturizing Hand Cream. You can use any hand cream or cuticle oil that you prefer. Just rub it into your cuticles and moisturize them nicely. And just to show you guys that I haven't actually scraped off all of the white, like there's white there, I've somehow got more white on there, but because that's just on my skin, that'll just come off in the shower or as I wash my hands. It's not going to stay on the whole time. But obviously the better thing to do, and if you're concentrating and not filming at the same time, is to scrape that off before you cure it, which obviously I didn't do, but oh, it's coming off now. It's not a big deal if it's on your skin. Got some there as well. And there you have it. There is your DIY at-home French gel manicure that you can do anytime you like, and it doesn't cost as much as going to the salon. I hope you enjoyed seeing that, and I hope it was helpful to you. It does not always go that smoothly. There's something about the fact that I was filming. I actually expected it to go worse. I thought, I'm filming and I'm going to want to get this right, so it's going to go badly wrong. And the exact opposite happened. It went very quickly and very smoothly, and it does not always go like that. Sometimes I will kind of fiddle and repaint, and I've even had to wipe it off completely and start again. So if you've done your base coat and you're doing the white and it just looks wrong, just take an alcohol wipe, wipe it off, and then start again with the white, and just keep going until you get it right. It's definitely worth the practice. It's worth just trying it out and pushing forward if your first attempts are not perfect, because you will get there in the end. It does get easier the more you do it. There is no special tip or trick for using your non-dominant hand. It's just practice. You can try different angles. You can try elevating your fingers onto like a little box or something if that helps you, or flat on the table. Twist your hand this way if it helps you, or twist it that way. Just try all different things and figure out what works for you and what makes it easiest for you, and it may not be what worked for me. I do hope this video was helpful and informative. If you enjoyed it, please give a thumbs up. I will link down below to all of the videos in this series. I showed you how to do a gel mani, and I showed you how to remove a gel mani, and then this is the French one, and I do have another couple planned which I'll hopefully upload soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.